Welcome back. They say electric cars will save the planet and so on and be ecological with the environment. Is that such a claim so truthful? There are a few drawbacks in this type of technology. The fact it has a limited range on the single charge. Despite the technology being existing the same time as petrol cars when they came out more than 100 years ago. And the cost of vehicles are too expensive. And it seems to ever growing in times of energetic crisis, which obviously our society is facing. The cost to charge these vehicles is going to be more prohibitive than the running cost of a petrol car. And on ethical things as well. They talk about net zero and stuff like that. You have to destroy half of the environment to arrive to these elements which these batteries need, or in China or in Africa, which the local labour has been exploited to extract this material, lithium, or cobalt, and usually these people run the risk of being injured due to accidents on digging these tunnels. And the fact that these people have been exploited for this material, which whoever buys it pays them very little. And you got discussion of the issue of the construction of the vehicle itself. Even if it needs more, should say, lesser parts to assemble it than a traditional combustion vehicle. But you got to think the environment issues at the end of its life cycle regarding the batteries. They last for about 5 to 10 years, and the costs of replacing these batteries, it's not good value. They're very expensive. For example, a Tesla car, one of their average models could cost you around about $16,000 to $20,000 or $26,000 to replace the whole battery pack unit, which, like in the existing cars, which are electric, which is built inside the body itself. In that case, real electric cars, they have the battery pack underneath the car. Is that more easier access to get to in case of maintenance. And the discussion is even post sales maintenance. There's a lot of electronics on this stuff, and if it starts playing up, it can cost you a hell of a lot of money. And obviously the warranties are out of limitations, because they don't tell you, the dealer, when you buy the vehicle, if you put this vehicle on fast charge, you shorten the lifespan of the battery itself, and it probably be exhausted before the warranty goes out, and it even shortens the lifespan of the battery. What about the vehicle itself? 8 years, will the car dealer will do a trade-in for a new vehicle at the same time. I think most traders, when it comes to that, they refuse to do a part exchange for a new model, because probably they know they are worthless because they're absolutely costly to repair, and there's no, how do you say, profit line in them. And there are a lot of people who bought these electric vehicles in the last 18 months or so just turn back to petrol-driven vehicles because there's less hassle. The problem is you need charging points. Not everyone has a garage. Not anyone has an access to public charging points, which can cost more than a petrol car on a fuel tank to charge an electric car. So there is a lot of issues on these electric cars to be sorted out. The range, charging time, purchase costs. It must be a cheap source of energy to make it universally competitive to sell. Obviously, we go to the discussion of these charging units for these cars, like petrol stations and more than public charging points for these vehicles to go under charge. And some vehicles do need a long charging cycle. I'm referring to those electric vehicles which are pickup trucks. 4 days on a full charge, 1 day on a fast charge, and a limited range of 100 kilometres. And what's the point of having a big vehicle like this, which hasn't got the same performance as the petrol version of this model?